Next, we have a roll call for the minutes, starting at my left.
Gene Smith.
Earth Rogers.
Vernon Dunbar.
Deborah Maddox.
Courtney Mosley.
Elsie Green.
Anderson Griffith. Court Berry.
Dick Franco.
Tommy Braswell.
Pam Brassman.
Debbie Bachnight.
We left.
Jim Balknight.
Chuck Jones.
Again, I'd like to welcome everybody. The reason we're here tonight is it's a public hearing to determine the qualifications of Councilman Gene Smith, whether he's eligible to serve as a city councilman in the city of New Ellenton. Let me just give you a little background. Gene Smith is a member of the New Orleans City Council. He lives in 3-Run subdivision in Aiken, South Carolina. A consent order was signed by the Honorable Doyette A. Early III on October 13, 2008. The order states that the annexation of 3-Run subdivision was void ab initio. That term means null from the beginning. Based on a document signed by owners in 3-Run subdivision, during the litigation, Mr. Smith resides on Phase 1, Lot 24. The following order being signed the concern is that any action by the council could be challenged if Mr. Smith no longer meets the qualifications to be a member of the city council. And what we're here to do tonight, according to state law, pursuant to South Carolina Code 5-7-200, let me get it right. Grounds for a mayor or councilman shall forfeit his office if he lacks at any time during the term of office any qualifications for the office prescribed by the general law and the Constitution. He violates any express prohibitions of chapters 1 to 17 or is a convicted crime or is convicted of a crime involving moral turpitude. A vacancy in the office of mayor or council shall be filled for the remainder of the unexpired term at the next regular election or at a special election if the vacancy occurs 180 days or more prior to the next general election. While there are no appellate decisions discussing this section, South Carolina Attorney General did render an opinion in 1984, and also he did render a decision he addressed to Representative Jimmy Stewart, and in that opinion, dear Representative Stewart, in a letter to this office, you indicated that a member of the New Orleans City Council lives in an area that was recently ruled by a court to no longer be considered a part of or annexed to the city of New Ellenton. You have questioned whether that individual may continue to serve out his term of office as a city councilman, or does he have to resign? A prior opinion to this office dated July 30th, 2008 is responsive to your question. That opinion states that section 5-15-20 of the South Carolina Code 2004 describes the methods of the election for city council members, imposes the following requirements of a city council on city council members. Mayors and councilmen shall be qualified electors of the municipality, and if they are elected subject to residential or ward requirements as provided in this section, they shall be qualified electors of the ward prescribed in their election qualification. South Carolina Code 5-15-20, section 7-5-610 of the South Carolina Code states the qualification of those desiring to vote in a municipal election, this provision provides every citizen of this state and of the United States of the age of 18 years and upwards, having all qualifications mentioned in 7-5-120, who has resided within the corporate limits of any incorporated municipality in this state for 30 days previous to any municipal election, who has been registered for county, state, and national election, and herein required is entitled to vote at all municipal elections of his municipality. South Carolina Code 7-5-610, accordingly, pursuant to section 7-5-610, 3, in order to be qualified to serve as a member of the town council, one must be a resident of the town. Pursuant to section 5-7-210 of the South Carolina Code 2004, town council is charged with the authority to determine whether its members meet their qualifications for office. Moreover, if during a member's term, if he fails to satisfy the required qualifications, section 5-7-200 of the South Carolina Code 2004 requires that he or she forfeit the office. Therefore, if a member of town council fails to meet the residency requirement during his or her term of office, section 5-7-200 effectuates a forfeiture of his or her position. See opinion South Carolina Attorney General, October 4th, 1984, finding a city council member who moved outside the city limits forfeited his office. Consistent with such opinion, upon the final determination that a particular area is no longer considered a part of or annexed to the city of New Ellenton, an individual who lives in that area would be considered as failing to meet the residency requirements to hold office as a member of the New Ellenton City Council, and would therefore forfeit his office. Of course, this assumes that the order of the judge referred to in your letter is a final order, and no further appeal is planned of that order, which could alter or reverse the ruling. I would only further add that as to any questions regarding to the validity of any actions taken by the councilman in question, consistent with a prior opinion of this office dated November 20th, 1997, the actions of the councilman would be considered to be those of a de facto officer, as stated in that opinion. A de facto officer is one who has a colorable right or title to the office accompanied by possession. Attorney General dated June 5th, 1961, who holds an office under an appointment or election given color or title may be a de facto officer, although the appointment or election is irregular or invalid. Attorney General dated June 18, 1976, where one is actually in possession of a public office and discharges the duties thereof, the color or right which constitutes him a de facto officer may consist in an election or an appointment holding over after the expiration of his term, or by acquiescence by the public for such a length of time as to raise the presumption of a colorable right by election, appointment, or other legal authority to hold such office. The duties of the office are exercised under the color of a known election or appointment which is void for want of power in the election or appointing body, or for some defect or irregularity in its exercise, such ineligibility, want of power, or defect being unknown to the public. Consistent with such as to any actions of the councilman in the opinion of this office, a court would find this council member to be a de facto officer. This council member's de facto status comes from the colorable title to the office derived from his election, his possession of the office, and de facto